feedback on the post that you made. This one, building a lasting company, most real estate partnerships that ideally sell profits. Can I edit this? Oh, nice. Okay. I would do this. That looks good. I would include a hook at the beginning. Maybe here's what most people do. Sell profit and go your separate ways. Here's how. Okay, that's fine. Because it really takes something. Okay. This looks great, by the way. This is good. And I'm just giving some specific feedback on how to improve. So I think continue doing this. I think this sentence structure is good. I like how it's short. And I like how you created this table like this. That way you can link to the video. And also because this caption is skinny, this is like looking at the post on your phone. And I would do this more active. I'm building a company that outlives me. I know it's rare. So what I did is used a more active tense. So instead of that is rare, I know this is rare or it's rare. So you're speaking more directly to them. I want you to picture when you're making these posts and you're proofreading them, you're saying this to me. You're sitting across the table from me, or you're sitting across the table from someone you are speaking to, your friend, and you speak to them. You're speaking to one person. So I'll give you an example. Here's what most people do. You sell the property, split the profits, and you go your separate ways. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm building a company that outlives me, which means finding people who think beyond the next wire. Beyond the next wire. I know, that's rare. Because once you understand what it really takes to make something work, you realize how few real shots you get. Building something meaningful takes 3 to 5 years. Run the math. How many of those do you have in a career? Not that many. So I don't chase volume. I chase alignment. And if the vision isn't shared, it's a non-starter. So that sounds more compelling, right? So that sounds good. And what I would do is right here, this dash, this one right here, it's a classic AI generated giveaway. So make sure you take all of these out. Unfortunately, I like it. I like it as a person, but Unfortunately, it's very easy for other people to either think it's generated by AI or tell that it is. So I usually take it out and replace it with something that makes sense. So what can we replace it with? Let me think. Because once you understand what it really takes to make something work, dot dot dot, you realize how few real shots you get. Building something meaningful takes 3 to 5 years. Now you run the math. Now you run the math. How many of those do you have in a career? Not many. So I don't chase volume. I chase alignment. This is good. And now this is a much better post. So, and then I would do it PS sometimes. I would sprinkle this in sometimes too. To non-start. What was the best partnership you've had? And what made it successful? So that's a great post. Here you go. I'll do a couple more. At first, I treated it like delegation. What's a hook? What's a hook? Okay. At first, I treated it like delegation. Do this, check that. Do this, check that. Let me know when it's done. Yada yada. You'll hear there's like a lot of these little American phrases like blah blah blah, yada yada, da da da. It's all the same thing. But when you're working across cultures, time zones, and unspoken norms, that approach falls apart. I want to make this stronger. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right. That approach disintegrates. Oh, disintegrates. That's more powerful. Disintegrates more powerful than falls apart. It's like we left our separate ways versus we broke up. Which one gives you more of an emotional reaction, right? So I had to level up from assigning tasks to explaining steps, from checking in to building real trust. Now I treat it like a partnership. They shadow me, I shadow them. Because great teams are not built by send, they're built by showing up. Haha, see this? Take this out. Over and over again. This is good. Feel free to disagree, but I you know, They shadow me, I shadow them. My team's much more fulfilled because of this. That's why I try to spend time with you. So okay, um, what's a good PS statement? What's a good hook? Communicating across cultures. Something I learned recently. Fine. Something I learned recently. Um, sure. Also, by the way, just no need to bold it because when you put it on LinkedIn, there's no such thing as bold text on LinkedIn, so it's fine. How do you? Ah, okay. I can't think of a PS. It's fine. We'll keep going for now. I just want to give you more. I want to give you a full set of feedback. And also, I'm going to take the transcript from this to make the uh, AI bot better. Scarcity is a default. Abundance is the choice. Yeah. Okay, this is powerful. Okay. What's a good hook? Um, hmm. Would you agree with this? Scarcity is the default, abundance is the choice. Most of us were raised on survival logic. Fend for yourself, don't ask for help, play zero sum. But at some point you realize you're not sinking. You're just stuck in an old mindset. So sometimes it helps to read it out loud because then you know what words to emphasize and you want to optimize for impact. But I like the post here, by the way. I mean, you're 80% of the way there. Okay, you don't have to take to gain. You can give and still grow. I felt that shift in my life. These days, I care more about friendship than advantage. I share knowledge without expecting a return, and I ask for help without shame. Without shame. The funny thing is, that's when everything started to accelerate. More opportunities, better, deeper relationships, and reduced mental friction. It's a counterintuitive way to live, but I wouldn't live it any other way. Yeah, great. Ha! You can argue with your wife, but you can't argue with math. I mean, look, I don't. I don't condone this, but I mean, look, it's funny, right? It gets people's attention. And I even threw in an emoji. Feelings are real, but numbers are ruthless. Also, that by the way, there's no such thing as a bullet point in LinkedIn either. So this would have to be something. Actually, let me see. Let me test it out right now. I know I'm only sharing the tab, but let me test it on LinkedIn right now and tell you if you're good to go. Huh. All right. I was wrong. I was wrong. You're right. This is good. We can keep this. Spending more than you save. You're going backward. Eat more than burn. You're getting fat. You're losing money. See, you want to make it more active, right? More direct. Buy a property with no cash flow. You bleed your reserves. Doesn't matter how optimistic you feel about it. If the numbers don't pencil, the story doesn't hold. Good. This is powerful stuff. As an investor, that discipline is everything. Emotions are useful, but math decides. Yes. I don't know. 1 plus 1 equals. Man, I don't know. Or how about this? Would you buy a property that doesn't cash flow day one? Why or why not? There you go. Okay. Next, they're not really a mobile home. That term's stuck, but it's outdated. But it's actually not true. Actually, it's actually okay. Legally, but it's no longer correct. Legally, they haven't been called mobile home parks since the 1950s. Correct term in the manufacturer. But let's be honest, it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, so what matters isn't just the name. Tell me how you're making these posts. I'm curious. Maybe it's just like you exporting the transcript from the video and then uploading it to the AI bot. Because this feels like it's just what I'm saying. Because um, when I look at a post, right, I'm always thinking, why should I care? Why should I read this post? And you just need to, have that sort of ruthless um, internal dialogue as you go through. So as I'm looking at this, like, why should I stop and read this? They're not really mobile homes. Fun fact: they're not really mobile homes. Since the 1950s. But let's be honest, that name doesn't. The correct term: manufactured housing communities. But what's interesting? here we go. Here. Just doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. So you won't have italics either in LinkedIn. It's okay. Correct term is manufactured housing community. Ha. I say ha instead of haha. But what's interesting isn't the name. It's how the perception is shifting. The stigma's fading. The quality's rising. And the demand keeps climbing. This isn't the trailer park cliche from 30 years ago. It's one of the most overlooked, recession-resilient housing solutions in the country. Smart capital is piling in quicker than, man, I don't know. And then, did you fumble? No. They'll never admit that they fumbled on an opportunity. Fumble means that you drop something, like you messed up. Let me see. Think of a PS statement somewhere. You could think of one. You can just like copy paste this into ChatGPT. All right, I'm gonna do it right now to demonstrate. Okay, throw this into ChatGPT, into the AI bot, and be like, hey, come up with a call to engagement for me. Come up with a call to engagement for me on this LinkedIn post. Related to fumble. Huh. Yeah. Give me. I don't like what it's created, so I'm gonna say give me 5 variations. Give me one-liner call to engagements. Ah. Is this the most ignored fumble in real estate right now? Directly copied from AI. The old image still lingers, but here's what we're seeing on the ground. Younger couples are moving in. Not just because it's trendy, but because it makes sense. Traditional housing is expensive. Apartments feel cramped. They're out of reach. They're choosing manufactured homes not out of desperation, but out of practicality. Make it italic. And in doing so, they're reshaping their perception. One family at a time. Is this how young people gentrify? Do you think young people will gentrify the mobile home park industry? There you go. Easy, easy, you see? After you do this for a while, you just know how to do it. All right, two more. Virtual assistants. Virtual assistant is again for a reason. U.S. wages rose, margins shrank, and small business owners had to choose stall out or get creative. Sink or swim. The work needed to get done, so they looked offshore. That's how virtual teams went from fringe to foundational. Today, delegation isn't just smart. It's survival. It's stupid not to do. I was thinking of something with an S. That's why smart, stupid. You can't scale if you're doing everything yourself. What's one task you need to hand off? Last one. In a mastermind, it's not about the education. It's about the people. You name it. Join coaching programs, mentorship groups, mentorships, masterminds. Some are better than others. But the real value? Comparing notes with peers. Being challenged by the people who get it. Pushing yourself to level up. You don't need a formal program to do that. But you do need the right environment. Iron sharpens iron. That's the whole game. What was the best investment you've done for your business? I like that. So there you go. Let me know if you have questions. These look great. I made basically some comments right there. You could take the transcript from this Loom video as well and learn from